rapidly evolving world of AI, a bunch of groundbreaking models have been released this week. Two of them claim to be faster and better, optimized for tasks where low latency and efficiencies are crucial. Let's dive into a side-by-side comparison of GPT-4o from OpenAI and Gemini 1.5 Flash from Google. This test will not be an exhaustive one. It's a quick test about certain capabilities of the models that they claim to have. Today, we will be testing 4 different aspects of a multi-model capabilities. Number 1, text summarizations. Number 2, a coding problem. Number 3, understanding a conversations from a video. And the last one, number 4, is extracting a non-English text from audio. Let's dive into it. On the left, we have GPT-4o from OpenAI, which supports a context window of 128,000 tokens. On the right, we have Gemini 1.5 Flash, released just yesterday, boasting an impressive context window of 1 million tokens. To compare their performance, I took the entire Google I/O 2024 keynotes transcripts and fed them into both the models. Our task is whether these two models can identify all the models announced in the keynote. Okay, so I took the Google I/O 2024 transcript. I have dropped the file into the OpenAI. However, uploading the file to OpenAI was straightforward, as I could simply drag and drop it. However, with Gemini, I had to upload the file from my drive, so I had to actually go here and upload the file. Remember, Gemini app also allows you to actually drag and drop files. Alright, so we have both the transcript files in, and now we are asking the models to identify all the models that has been released or announced in these keynotes. Alright, so let's start. Okay, so on the left side, as we can see, GPT-4o has identified 1.5 Pro, Flash, Imagine, and the respective capabilities. VO Alpha 4 was also mentioned. This one is interesting. Trillium is not a model, but it has identified as a model. Blackwell GPUs, again, that's also not a model. So these two, number 6 and 7, are not the models, but it has identified. Remember, GPT-4o supports 128,000 tokens. So the kind of file that we dropped is 25,000 tokens, so it should support and it should understand the whole file. But as we can see, it has identified only some models which have been announced in this transcript. Now let's go back to the Gemini 1.5 Flash. Good. Gemini 1.5 Pro with 2 million contacts. Yeah. So this is for 1 million, and the second is 2 million. The third one is a Flash. That's the one we are using right now. Imagine also identified. It has gone a little bit more in detail. Next is Gemma 2. So Gemma 2 was announced, but like Gemma 2 is already announced for Polygemma. This is a new model announced by Google. Learn LM, yeah, they mentioned Learn LM, and Gemini Nano also they have announced in this particular transcript. So this is awesome. As you can see, Google has identified all their models very well. I don't know whether they know their data very well. I don't know, but as you can see, we have fed the whole keynote transcript. It means both the models have enough data to identify all the models. Google Gemini 1.5 Flash has done an excellent job. And these are the actual models. Actually, there are other models also they have. They talked about in Gemma series, which it hasn't picked up because like those are an existing model. But Polygemma was something it was announced. So a really good job by Gemini 1.5 Flash. Our next challenge is we're gonna ask both the models to generate a code and compare what kind of code is being generated by this model. So okay, just to highlight the problem statement, we are asking both the models to create a Python script that simulates a real-time stock trading system. The script should have the following features: retrieve a real-time stock data from the financial API for a given set of stock symbols. There are a bunch of financial APIs they have mentioned. Implementing a trading strategy based on the technical indicators such as moving averages or relative strength index. Okay. Next thing is execute a virtual trades based on the trading strategy and keep track of the portfolio's performance. The next item is to provide a user interface that displays a real-time stock prices, portfolio performance, and allows users to manually execute trades. Incorporate error handling and data validations to ensure the system's reliability and robustness. So that's the problem statement, and we have asked both the models. So as we can see on the GPT side, it gave a plan, essentially. You can see set up the environment, retrieve a real-time data, implement trading strategies, execute virtual trades, provide a user interface, incorporate error handling and data validations. Okay, so let's see in the code. As you can see, the code is created with respect to the functions: get stock data, it gets the intraday data, calculate indicators, calculate the RSIs, that's a good thing. Then building the trading strategies. As you can see, SMA is 20 and SMA 50, building the logic around it. Next is it has created a class. So it created a portfolio class. That's interesting. So it's using an object-oriented programming style and created a bunch of functions within that object or portfolio. And then for various symbols, it has, and it iterates through various symbols. And then it uses a kind of procedural way of running the whole applications. This is pretty interesting. It has initially used a procedural, like it's a function-based solutions, and then it went into a partially portfolio solutions, and then it went into an object-oriented programming where it created a portfolio objects, and then again it went into a procedural again, running all the individual code. Okay, now let's see on the Gemini 1.5 flash size. We asked the questions, and looks like this is our questions to the LLM, and it right away produced. So actually it didn't explain any plan or anything. It started building a stock trading system class, and within that class there are a bunch of functions like initializations, getting the real-time data, create UI. This is also very well organized. Update prices, execute buy, execute sell, interesting, validate quantities, update portfolio performance, nice, and trade strategies. So it's also using the SMAs to build the trading strategies. Those three symbols it has picked up. And after that it has tried to explain the whole source code and how to install it. Pretty interesting. It also gave up some explanations about key points to consider, and I believe it has used Alpha Vantage time series. Oh yeah, both of them have used the Alpha Vantage time series to get the stock prices. Interesting. Okay, so relatively I feel that both of them have done good job. Initially the OpenAI 4.0 starts with the procedural, then it went into object-oriented programming, and then again back to the procedural. Gemini seems to be very well organized the code into a class and its respective function. Next is analyzing the video conversations, as both the models boast that they are natively multimodal. So we have taken a video from American College of Physicians. It's a conversations between doctor and patients for a cost of care. I have downloaded that video, and then we're going to upload this video individually to this model and see how they perform. We just uploaded the video and both the models, as you can see, and we are asking the prompt to analyze the conversations and provide a list of reasons why the recommendations were not followed through. We didn't mention specifically that this is a conversations between doctor and patient, and let's see like how. So it's a GPT-4 tried to analyze, and seems it has failed on the audio file. It couldn't recognize, can analyze the conversations for the reasons why the recommendations were not followed through. So as you can see, the model is not able to run the code. I mean, I believe the kind of error is saying that it's the module is not found. The speech recognition module is not found. As you can see, it must be installed first, but looks like it's not installed, and that's the reason it's not able to execute the code. Let's see on the Gemini side. So on the Gemini side, as we can see, we have uploaded the video. It has 92,000 tokens, and it says, I have not provided the conversations. Okay, I have to instruct it. I just uploaded the video that has the conversation, and let's see how it does. Okay, it seems to be analyzing now. And on the GPT-4 side, oh, pretty good. As you can see on Gemini sides, it has identified some of the factors. I saw the video and I know they mentioned the cost was one of the factors. The patient mentioned explicitly. Also the time, perceived effectiveness, because he was thinking he was feeling physically well, so he stopped doing it, and medication success. Gemini seems to have done a very good job identifying the video and coming up with a very good answer. On the GPT-4 side, as you can see, it has tried to run another Python program. Okay, this time it has installed a speech recognition package. It's not able to give me the answer. I was expecting it's a multi-model, so it is supposed to understand the video and analyze. I understand like it has to internally decode the video, separate the video part and the audio part, and then analyze and create those tokens, but looks like it's not able to complete the task on GPT-4. However, we have seen the live demo where the application was pointed to a person, and it was able to recognize the emotions and the video, the content in the video, and that was real time. In this case, I tried to upload the video directly in and ask the GPT-4 to analyze. It's not able to understand the conversation. You can see that Gemini 1.5 Flash did a very good job, even though it's a lighter model. The last and final comparison that we're gonna do is about the multi-language support that both of the models claim. Again, as you can see on the ChatGPT-4, it is trying to read the file and telling me what they are doing. It has extracted some of the lyrics from the video, but it stopped. Oh no, on the ChatGPT side, again, the speech recognition module is failing and it's not able to understand. So again, it's the same problem that we faced earlier, where we asked the ChatGPT model to actually read or understand the doctor-patient conversations and come up with the answer. It wasn't able to do that, and I believe it's the same problem we are facing right now. Okay, I don't know, it has flagged actually explicit. I don't think it has mentioned anything about actually explicit. But this is a very wonderful poem by Gulzar about the age. It seems it is not able to do. Let me see if I can tell it to continue. So I believe that's because of the output token size. The Gemini 1.5 Flash stopped, but then eventually picked it up and identified the whole Hindi and came up with the whole poem. Alright, that's it. One interesting part is, as we can see, some of the content is marked as actually explicit and dangerous content, which is low, like somehow it's identified, I can understand. If you translate these things, that means though people may swing in intoxications, not every intoxication is named alcohol. And because of that reason, Gemini 1.5 Flash even picked up that the language currently used is dangerous or sexually explicit. But pretty good, really good response. Here is the final result. There are 5 different capabilities that we tested for both the models. On text summarization, GPT-4 did an average job. It identified some non-models in the transcripts. However, Gemini 1.5 did an excellent job, like all the models that have been announced, they were there. On the coding sides, both the models did a very good job. However, GPT-4 took procedural and object-oriented programming way. However, Gemini 1.5 Flash went all the way to full object-oriented programming. GPT-4 was stuck. It couldn't read the videos and it just got stuck forever and couldn't proceed further, so that's the reason it did a poor job. On the Gemini 1.5 Flash size, it did an excellent job. On the Gemini 1.5 Flash size, it not only identified the conversations, but it has identified all the issues mentioned in that conversations. You can always go back and see what issues were discussed between doctor and patients. We have left the URL in the descriptions. And the last one was multi-language supports, which both of the model claims that they do support. However, again, GPT-4 couldn't pass through the Python error that it was encountering while reading the files that we uploaded, and it just got stuck there. On the Gemini 1.5 Flash sides, it did an excellent job. It not only understood the multi-model video, but it extracted the whole lyrics of the Hindi poem that was recited in that. Let's go and see on the LMCs, the leaderboard for the models. As you can see, GPT-4 is performing extraordinarily well. On ELO, is 1289 with a confidence interval of +6, -5. And Gemini 1.5 Pro is somewhere here, which is number 2. I feel the kind of prompts being used, they do not address every aspect of the capabilities that model has and claims to have, especially the multi-language, also the video identifications and recognizing the text within the video, recognizing the audio within the video. That's something is missing, I believe. I'm not sure if LMCs covers all these kind of different prompt and parameters that holistically evaluates these models. I feel currently this does not reflect, these numbers does not reflect that it has the capability. As you can see, there are 2 tests that we have failed in GPT-4o. Both were related to the multimodality of these models, and they were supposed to recognize the video natively, because both of them are claiming they natively support multimodality, and we expect that both of them should pick up the video. Gemini did a very good job picking up the video and analyzing it compared to GPT-4o, which got stuck. So I'm really not sure whether these numbers reflects other than some of the simple prompts that they have curated, and on those prompts they are comparing these models, and that's why, like, you can see GPT-4 maybe they are doing very good on text summarizations, but like in our experience, the text summarizations of the Google I/O keynotes was not up to the mark. It couldn't identify all the models, and it added some of the models, they were really not models, but like they were hardware or GPUs. And Gemini actually identify all the models announced in the keynote. And our conclusion is that this leaders board currently is not reflecting the capabilities of the model. Again, one of the things I would like to highlight, that Gemini 1.5 Flash does not exist here. On the leaders board, as you can see, GPT-4 is the number one, and Gemini 1.5 Flash is still not here in the ranking, but Gemini 1.5 Pro is there. However, the kind of capabilities Flash has shown, they are much more advanced compared to what GPT-4 was responding. Even for text summarizations, it was not as per the request or prompt. It didn't do a good job. With his huge context window of 1 million, though we didn't even use more than 30,000, like we were under 30,000 tokens, and both the models were capable of understanding that many tokens. However, GPT-4 didn't do a good job in identifying and understanding the task compared to how Gemini 1.5 Flash came up with all the good answers, came up with an excellent answer, I would say. In this side-by-side test, GPT-4 Omni from OpenAI and Gemini 1.5 Flash from Google both demonstrated their multi-model capabilities. Gemini 1.5 Flash, a lighter and faster model, stood out with its ability to provide a detailed and accurate information, thanks to its extensive context window. As AI continues to advance at a rapid pace, it will be exciting to see how these models evolve and what new possibilities they will unlock.